Okay, we're going to talk about how to handle back orders in QuickBooks. So first of all, you have sales orders. That's how you're going to function to know what is back ordered, right? You have sales orders. Those are telling you this is what needs to be fulfilled. Okay, now when you create a sales order, and we add some items here, so let's add some of these parts, and we're going to say they ordered 10 and save. When I create a sales order and then I turn it over to an invoice, right? So the invoice is when it's going to be sent out or relieved. Then I have the opportunity to have these progressive columns here. So if you don't see these columns, go in to customize your data layout and look at your progressive columns. So they have the back order columns down there, right? So these columns are here. They show what is on back order. So if I were to only order 5 of these, it's going to show that I have 5 back ordered. Okay, now these columns are not columns that I can report on. They're just system generated columns, informational type of pieces. So I have 5 there. Now when I say save, lot numbers. When I come back into my sales order, it's going to show me I have 5 back ordered and 5 invoiced. Now again, it's not going to tell me that I can't run a report to say how many are on back order for this item. But what it does do is that this sales order, so if I go look at my open sales orders by customer, and I look at new customer, that sales order is going to be sitting there as open with the total amount of $660, but the open balance of $330. Again, this is showing me not what's on back order, but this is just showing me what needs to be fulfilled as a whole, whether it's partially filled or not filled at all, right? But some customers say that they want to know what's been partially fulfilled because they want to fill those orders first, right? The ones that are on back order fill first before they fill the others. So what have we done there? So we can go in, and the way that Intuit tells us to do this is to create a custom field. Okay, so on the sales order, we're going to add a custom field called back ordered. So how do I do that? You can do it at the sales order as a whole level by adding a custom field to the customer, or you can do it on a per line item level, which is what I'm going to do, by adding it to a custom field to the item. So I go into my items list and I choose any item, edit it, and click on custom fields. Then over here I'm going to define fields and choose one called back order. And I'm going to make it a multiple choice list just so that it's easy. So I'm going to use BO, and that's it, and not allow users to add extra. Okay. Now I can require it also if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because it's requiring anything is kind of painful. So then when I go back to my sales order, I'm going to edit my template. Okay. And I'm going to choose on the columns area, right? Again, if I had added a custom field to the customer, I'd be choosing the header area. But I'm going to choose on the columns area to include my back order on the screen. Okay. So on here I have that back order field now, not the grayed out one because that's system generated, just this back order field that I've created. So now I'm going to come in and add another item, right? And I'll say I have 20 of these that we're selling. And because I have them on back order, this stupid lot number, when I have them on back order, I'm going to choose BO here. Okay? So, and I'm going to say save and close. So now what I have is when I go look at my reports for my open sales orders, okay, this is showing me a summary, right, by customer, but I'm going to look at it in detail. So sales by open sales order by item. So it's showing it to me in detail. Then I'm going to customize this report and add in my back order field. Now you can see here on the open sales order by item, I have my back order field, which is my custom field. I also have my back ordered, which is the field, right, that we have on the sales order, that grayed out field. But the problem with it, you can't use it with this back ordered field because it shows if nothing has been invoiced yet, it still shows as back ordered, right? So like this, they have 100 on this sales order, 100 are back ordered, right? Which they're really not. In the sense of what my customers are trying to achieve, because my customers are trying to say how many have I partially shipped, basically. That's what they're trying to look for. Okay, So because I added this BO field, I can add it here. So I could just go through and say, okay, which ones are on BO, right? I can also filter this report by back order and enter in BO so that it leaves me with just the things that are on back order for me to fill first. So I create this report one time, I go to edit or view, and add it to my icon bar, say back ordered orders. Okay, and now if I get rid of some of the stuff on my icon bar, delete, 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 delete. Now I have that BO orders up here. So again, if I come in and create another sales order, so let's create or edit this sales order, and I'm going to add in that these ones were back ordered. So this is a manual process, right? I'm manually saying that these are back ordered. Okay. So on this one, in this instance, they're really not back ordered, but because I manually said they are. Now when I go in and look at my BO report, now I have more things in here to fulfill, right? So that's a way to kind of trigger it, right? It's not the system telling you what's on back order, but it's a way for you to say, okay, these are going to go on back order, right? In your process, when you're filling the sales order, you would say, oh, I have 10 on the sales order. I can only fill 5. So let me choose it as back order before I create the invoice. Okay, choose the BO field before I create the invoice so that I can know what's on back order. Now, of course, if you didn't want to have to do that manual process, it's very simple. The logic is in there, right? We can see quantity on sales order, quantity invoiced behind the scenes, so we could create the report for you if you wanted to, but this is how to get there inside of QuickBooks.